Hello and welcome to the Geek Legion of Doom. This is the B-movie review and I'll be having a look at the movie Sea Beast, also known as Troglodyte. So the best way I can describe this film in a bubble is going to be Predator meets Creature from the Black Lagoon meets Tremors. That will kind of give you an idea of what this kind of film is like. The basic story is a fisherman and his crew are out on the sea one day and they kind of, one of their crew sort of goes overboard, but the sort of skipper thinks he may have sort of seen a creature, but he's not quite sure, sort of grabbed this crewman, you know, off the sort of side of the boat and into the water. They come back to the docks and there is a creature who's obviously followed them back to a sort of small fishing town. And there this creature, it sort of gives birth to a whole spawn of little creatures and ultimately attacks a town. It's basically these townspeople eventually realising that there's obviously something going on and sort of fighting back. The film actually almost sort of has two sort of concurrent storylines that are running sort of side by side. The kind of larger creature attacking the main town and all the sort of smaller ones attacking the group of kids on this sort of island. So this one's obviously a lower budget film, much sort of made for TV, but I have to say it kind of maybe is probably above average from this sort of normal type of film. I actually quite liked it. Now the reason why I say that is there's a couple of reasons. In a lot of these TV films, I always find that you have this kind of, to sort of stretch out the running time, they always have this sort of subplot involving criminals or evil corporations to have like a human bad guy. So basically, so they don't have to have all these effect shots. They don't have that in this film, which is good. So basically, the whole focus is on these creatures. The way the creatures are portrayed, they have this kind of effect very much like a Predator, where they have a kind of camouflage effect where you just sort of see like a shimmer of light. So when we actually see the creatures in their sort of full effect, they're obviously CGI creations, but they're not too bad, I think. They do use some practical effects as well, so you know, they're okay. Now, the actual creature designs, they're obviously sort of based on, what they mentioned it a few times, like anglerfish, so we're supposed to believe that these obviously are a kind of, I guess, a mutated version of them. We never really explain why they're sort of bipeds or how they're able to sort of breathe and sort of move around so well on land. That's kind of just sort of glossed over, but you know, this is going to be a made-for-TV B movie. The cast is generally okay, led by Corin Nemec, who is kind of the skipper, who I have to say doesn't make a particularly convincing fisherman, but you know, they're whatever. The acting is kind of fine for this. It's a little bit cheesy in some places and a little bit hammy, I would say, particularly from his daughter in the film. But nonetheless, you know, there are some logic faults in this, but it's kind of a fun film. It's fairly gory. There's some interesting sort of deaths in this, where obviously the creature attacks and things like that. If you've ever seen Humanoids from the Deep, it kind of reminds me a little bit of that to a certain degree as well, actually. But overall, I actually thought it was a reasonably good TV movie. So I'm going to give this one a 6.5 out of 10. I quite enjoyed it. Go check it out. Let me know what you think if you've seen it, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye for now.